Hey everybody, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugins. I'm also going to share some use cases of using the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. So let's get into it. So before I would show you an example on how to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin, first let's talk about some use cases. So I have a full article on my website rix.com on how to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. And one of the things I talk about there is the best use cases for the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. So if you want to learn more about this plugin, make sure to check out this article. I will link it in the description below. So let's go through some of the use cases. So as you can see, you can use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin to gather demographic data about a specific US region, such as the median income, the population density or age distribution of a US state, a US county, or a US city. You can also use this plugin, the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin, to do economic analysis by using economic data such as employment rates, industry distribution, income levels in a specific area. You can also use the Block Atlas plugin to do real estate market research, academic research, policy planning, business planning, public health research, urban planning, environmental research, social services planning. So basically this plugin has access to all data of the US Census, so it's a really useful data plugin. I also share some best ChatGPT prompts here, so you can also check out this list as well. And if you want to get access to the full database of all ChatGPT plugins, not just the Block Atlas plugin, but all plugins that are currently available in the ChatGPT plugin store, I have a full free database that you can get access to by clicking the link in the description below. And I also share some use cases and best prompts for all ChatGPT plugins in that database. Alright, so how to use this Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. First, you have to make sure that you are a Plus subscriber. Then you also have to make sure that plugins are enabled in your ChatGPT account. You can check that by clicking on your account name, and selecting settings, selecting beta features, and make sure that plugins are turned on. Then we have to select a GPT-4 model, so click on New Chat. Then from the model selector, select GPT-4, then select plugins. Then click on this plugins icon and the drop down here. Then if the plugin is not installed here, you're not going to see Block Atlas here. Then you have to click on the plugin store link. And here's where you're going to be able to search for all ChatGPT plugins in the plugin store. When you find the Block Atlas plugin, just click on install and we are good to go to use this plugin. Alright, so let's see an example on how to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. So just a quick example. Of course, you can make more advanced prompts, but this is just a demonstration. So I'm going to use the following prompt. The prompt we're going to use is what is the percentage of people without health insurance in Los Angeles, CA, so California. So as you can see, you don't have to use any kind of functions or any SQL code, and you don't even have to mention that you want to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. If the plugin is enabled, ChatGPT is clever enough to know that you want to use this plugin. So click on execute, and if the plugin is activated, we're going to see a green cell, and that means that ChatGPT is using the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. So as you can see, it gets the query, and using the query, it will probably create an SQL query for the US Census database. So let's see what ChatGPT will come up with. And we get a full breakdown of people who have no health insurance in Los Angeles, California. So there are approximately more than 100,000 males aged 26 to 34 years without health insurance. There are less females with this age range without health insurance. So this is the response we get. And the power of ChatGPT is that you can fine-tune your query. So let's say you don't want to know the number of males aged 26 to 30 years without health insurance, but you want to know this data for the total population of Los Angeles. Then you would add that prompt and make this report for all people in Los Angeles, California. So of course, use the power of ChatGPT to get the data you want. And as you can see, this Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin also gives us this data on a map here, so we can click on it. But all in all, this is how to use the Block Atlas ChatGPT plugin. As I mentioned, if you want to learn more about this plugin, make sure to check out the article in the description below. And if you want to get access to the full database of all ChatGPT plugins with example prompts and use cases, then also check out the link in the description below to get access to the free database. And if you want to learn more about other ChatGPT plugins, I have a ton of tutorial on my YouTube channel. So make sure to check those ChatGPT and ChatGPT plugin tutorials as well.